just give us your thoughts on being awarded the Player of the Month.
No, well, obviously it's great. It's some recognition for the work that I put in on the pitch. But for me, it's more all about the team. Obviously, like I said, it's nice to get that recognition, but to win it back to back, all I can say is thanks to everyone that obviously took the time to vote for me. And I think they actually tried to do me out of it. They left me out of the original post for the vote, but the quick edit and I was back in. So yeah, just thanks again.
And obviously you've been at the club now since 2018. How have you found life at Glentoran?
Yeah, no, at the minute I'm loving it. Obviously, there's been a lot of changes around the place, on the pitch and off the pitch, and it's definitely night and day compared to when I first came in. But no, I'm really enjoying it.
And when you first came in under sort of Ronnie McFall was the manager, and obviously Smicker and Leaper were involved as well. You were kind of coming back from England and just kind of looking for somebody to give you a chance in the Irish League. Just talk to us about what it was like when you first signed for the club.
Yeah, well, no, I think I was originally training with the County Antrim Milk Cup side, and the manager there, I think he was putting my name about a bit, and Leaper got in touch, so they invited me down to train. I came down, had a little training match, and then pretty much from that game they were saying they wanted to sign me in that, and I was more than happy to go forward with that, because like you say, it was just a case of getting back in and playing games, and I think that's what I've done so far.
And a lot of players really come home from England and test themselves playing for a top team in the Irish League, and it maybe doesn't work first time around and they need to maybe go down the leagues to come back again.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like for you? What was the change like coming back from obviously full-time sort of football and when initially you joined the club?
Well, it was a big difference obviously going from full-time to part-time, and then it was just the days were long because I was used to being in training in the morning and then being done around the afternoon and then sort of relaxing, but it was like flipped around this time. It was long days and then coming in and training at night time. But obviously now that we've sort of changed the full-time setup, it's definitely better. And
since you've been at the club, you've won a couple of Young Player of the Years with various supporters clubs. You've been here now going into your third year, and there's been a lot of midfielders come and go, and you've kind of been a mainstay in the squad. What's that been down to?
I think to me it's just hard work, and obviously there's been a lot of trust put in me by the gaffer, so for me it's just repaying that trust and putting in working on the training pitch, and then obviously I'm hoping that it's shown on the pitch. And to me, like I say, when the competition comes in, you've got to raise your game, and I like to think I've done that.
And in terms of your sort of style of play, you were started sort of the season off as the deepest midfielder, getting the ball and keeping it moving. In the last couple of games you've maybe been deployed a bit further forward. What's maybe the thought behind that? Is that to get the numbers up in terms of goals, or?
Well, hopefully, because one goal and I think it's 80 appearances isn't really a great return from a midfielder, but no, I'm looking to add more goals to my game. It's definitely a target that I do want to improve. But no, I do like the deep line role. I do like to get on the ball and try and give the ball to those creative players. But to be fair, as long as I'm on the pitch, it doesn't really bother me where I play. I'll do my best to do a job for the team.
And in terms of the midfielders we kind of have at Glentoran now, there's a lot of midfielders that offer a lot of sort of different roles, and your Hervoys, Biggies, and Kieran O'Connor's just the name of three. What's it like playing with them and try to form sort of midfield sort of partnerships?
No, it's good, and I think it's good to have those different type of options. Biggie's one that sits in there and breaks up the play and does the simple things well, and then you've got Hervoy who can create a bit of magic with his free kicks, and then the likes of Kieran O'Connor, like you say, he likes to get the ball in the half turn and get at people. So it's just, I think it brings different dimensions to the team, and I think it's just all about finding the balance.
And at the age you're sort of 21 now, and you're still very very young in your footballing years, what do you have any sort of plans of the future, or is anything you'd like to come off?
Well, at the minute my main focus is here at Glentoran. In the future, as long as I keep playing well, I would like to go back across the water to England or Scotland. I do have ambition to do that, and obviously I was across before, so I know what it was like, so I think this time round I'll be better prepared. But like I say, the main thing at the minute is focusing on my job here and getting as many games as I can under the belt.
And last year obviously won the Irish Cup. Different circumstances in terms with the COVID situation, but what was that like to obviously to win the Irish Cup with the club?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I kept saying it. Obviously, at such a young age to win a major trophy, it was it was a great feeling, albeit very different circumstances. With obviously it was a small crowd for the first time, 500, but it would have been a lot better if we could have had that stand packed with the Glentoran support.
You've been consistent in terms of your performances. What's it been like as a player this year in terms of sort of routine performances and the whole dealing with COVID?
It's been strange, Obviously, we're not long back from a 2-week break there. We did have our individual programs to do, and to stay on top of our fitness and our sharpness. But it's just not the same as being in, week out, and preparing for a game. I think it's more mental than anything. The fitness stuff isn't gonna really. You're not gonna lose that much, but it's more just staying focused on having something to look forward to. But no, I think everyone knows that it's been a bit of a difficult season so far. But I think myself and the boys, we all know that we have a great squad of players with a lot of quality, and it is going to be a time when something just clicks. And then I think the most important thing is getting the run of games where we can start to build some momentum and going forward.